Hi, my name is Ben Wynne and this is my second video in a series of video blogs on my class's journey to create video games and enter them into the Australian STEM Video Game Challenge. You'll be able to find my previous video in the teacher archives. Step one, how do we start making a video game? Well, what we did was we looked at the theme. The theme of this year's competition is emergence, which is a tricky theme for year sixes to get their heads around. But we did lots of brainstorming, lots of discussion. The students came up with ideas and then they talked to each other and found other students who had similar ideas to them. So in that way we created our groups by grouping together students who wanted to achieve similar outcomes or had a similar vision. The next step was to learn a bit of Scratch. So on the Scratch website they have coding cards for students, and I chose a story game and a jumping game as I thought they'd be the most versatile. For students, they were really successful in creating story games and jumping games, and now that they're familiar with what they can do on Scratch, I'm sure they've gone and played in the Scratch arcade as well and played other people's games. We're going to have a look at GameStar Mechanic just to give students an option for what platform they want to use. Scratch is more open and allows students to be more free in what they're creating. GameStar Mechanic is probably a little bit easier, but also it's more locked down. It just gives students a chance to choose a platform that they feel confident on, that they feel they're going to be able to create their vision of what their game should be on. So I'm letting them choose. So far, from what I've seen, probably 2/3 are going to go with Scratch, which is very exciting. I run this session once a week in my technology and enterprise time, so we have an hour a week, and most of the time that the students spend creating their video games is going to be during that time. There is a little bit of overflow as well. We did some brainstorming and story ideas in literacy because that fit in nicely. We also wrote stories that could be used as inspiration for our games as well in literacy. If you want to get involved in coding and in entering your students into the Australian STEM Video Game Challenge, it's a good idea to get your principal or your line manager on board. It's really not hard though. All you have to do is tell them about how excited the kids are, all the amazing outcomes that they're going to be able to achieve, how they're going to be working on this huge project that's going to take them a long time, that's going to have them looking at lots of different skills, that's going to have them working in teams, and that ultimately they're going to be entering a nationwide competition, so it's a really authentic goal for them. My principal was convinced when I told him last year, jokingly I said, hey, if they win, they give out the awards at PAX in Melbourne, so you'll probably have to send me. Crazily enough, my team won, and my principal was as good as his word. So that was an amazing experience for me and for the students. That's all I've got time for today. I'll be making another video very soon. So if you have any questions or comments, leave your comments under the video and I'll try and answer as many as I can. If you haven't seen the first video, go back and check in the teacher archives for the first video, and I will talk to you again soon. Thank you.